Hi guys, not a hacker here. In today's video, I'm going to create a to-do list using Firebase Authentication and Realtime database. I'm also going to use Figma to design my website. For all the code, I will leave the GitHub link in the description below. I hope you enjoy this video and don't stop learning. Hmm. Hey guys, today we're going to create to-do list using Firebase Authentication and Realtime database. So first we're gonna design the website using Figma. Figma is one of the tools that lets you design your website before actually coding it. And here I'm just gonna go to create a new project, say new design file, and I'm just gonna name it to-do list. Right. So here we're gonna need desktop and desktop. Perfect. Now see this is going to be the let's name it login page. And then there's two things that we need, right? Login page and actually login slash register, and then we're gonna have one more for H for the hand tool, and then V for moving stuff. So H, and I'm just gonna change this uh V. I'm just gonna change this to do list page. Perfect. Now here I'm just gonna cancel V. For this one we're gonna have a gradient color background, so let's go to fill and solid, change it to linear, right? And then here, I'm gonna select this and let's go for I guess, a dark green. Then for this one, let's say this one. And transparent will be 100%. I mean, there will be no transparency. So something like this. Actually, green is not good. Let's see, let's go for purple maybe. Oh, this is good, right? All right, perfect. Now you can also move this if you want. It's so you can move like the direction of the gradient. So I'm just gonna keep it like this. Probably like the first color I wanted to show more than the other color. So yeah, I think this is perfect. And let's apply the same color for the to-do list page. Select this whole thing, delete, and then just copy and paste this one, and then just change the title to do list page. Let's go here and let's login register page, right? So here we're gonna have a text called to do list, and I'm gonna use Django one, and then I'm just gonna make the text the font bigger. To do list 64 and probably like 0.44. I think that's good. I don't know, you can play with this. Just gonna put it like right here, and then we're gonna have the login page here, and then probably like a SVG here. Let's see. Let's look for something. I think it was on draw maybe. Okay, yeah, it was on draw. So under.co get started, and I'm just gonna select something. Let's find something that has to do something with to-do list. Or this one, right? Yeah, I think this is good. So I'm just gonna download this SVG for your projects. Perfect. Now let's go to Figma and let's go place an image, and we're just gonna select the SVG that we just downloaded, and so it's going to be this. I'm just gonna double click, and here just left click. Perfect. Now you can make this bigger if you want. I'm just gonna something like this. Yeah, I think that's perfect. And then here I'm just gonna make the background white, and we're gonna have the things. Actually, I want to make this smaller, and so I'm gonna have an email and a password, and also a login. Here I'm gonna have a sign in, make the text smaller, 36 maybe. Yep, perfect. And then here I'm gonna say something like copy and paste here. If you don't have account, you can register the font style. It's not going to be Changa one. It's going to be Arial. Okay, perfect. And I'm just gonna make the font smaller, probably like 14. That's 18. That's perfect. And then there's going to be a link to create an account and then sign in and copy this whole thing, copy it and then paste. And then I'm just gonna put this. I'm just gonna put it here, and then there's going to be the register. For register, I'm gonna delete this, and it's going to be go back here, raw register, and then here I'm gonna have 4 inputs. Right, so it's going to be like email, confirm email, password, confirm password, right? So that's all we need, right? So it's very simple. Go back to this page, and then create an account. When you create an account, it should go to this page, and that's all we need. Once you sign in, it should go to this page, right? So here we're gonna have something like let's grab let's search SVG icons. Here we're gonna let's say adding add search, and I think this one is basic, so I'm just gonna oops pin free download, and then we need update, not update, edit. We're actually not gonna use this, guys. We have we're gonna use material icons to use this, but for now I'm just gonna download this PNGs just for designing the website. What else do we need? Delete. So it should be a trash can. Yeah, this one is perfect. Download. And what else? So we have edit, we have plus, we have the delete. That's all we need, right? Okay. So let's go back to Figma and let's change the background color to white. And so we're gonna add place an image, download, add the plus, is going to be that's what we need. So we're gonna have a plus sign here and a text, a to-do list to add, and a container, or maybe not a container, but a to-do list here, right? So we're gonna have a lot to be like, let's say one to-do list. We're gonna have three lists. I mean, we have four to-dos. Perfect. And delete and an edit, just like that. Let's say it should be. Let's make this 100 and 100. So something like that, right? Copy, paste, and then let's put one more here. Yeah, something like this, right? So it's pretty simple. After we design the website, all we have to do is code it out. I'm just gonna create a file npx create recap. I'm just gonna call it to-do list. Hit enter. Before just doing this, just gonna create. Let's just create, or let's go to Firebase. Get started, and let's create a project called to-do list. To-do list. Continue. Create project. Continue, and then let's go to authentication. Great. Get it started. And here you can use a lot. So you can use Google, Facebook, GitHub, Yahoo, Apple. For now, we're just going to use email and password because it's the simple one. And email and password save. And then that's perfect. Let's go to users. So right now we don't have any users. That's fine. And let's go to our real-time database. For real-time database, let's create a database. Next, start in locked mode. Test. Next. And then let's go to rules and change read to true and true and publish. Nice. And let's go back to data. Let's go to project overview and let's start a website. I'm just gonna call it to-do list, register app, and we're also after we finish this, I'm gonna show you guys how to publish a website for free so that your friends or family can actually go to the website and test it out, right? So let's npm install Firebase. So cd to-do list and then code that code that. So if you're using VS Code, you should be able to code that to open VS Code. So here it is. Here I'm just gonna remove the files that we don't need. So for example, these four, and then perfect. Empty the CSS files, save, and then npm start just to make sure that everything is working. And here, let's create a file called firebase.js. Alright, so it's working. Let's go back to our VS Code. Let's install npm install Firebase. So it's great. So create a Firebase.js and grab this config, copy it, and paste it to inside your Firebase.js. So here we're gonna import get database so that we'll have access to our database. So this will be Firebase. So Firebase database and import get auth, since we're going to be using auth, get auth from Firebase auth, save, and then here we're going to export fonts db get database, and let's pass in our app, and then let's also export fonts auth and get auth, pass in app. Actually, we don't need the app here. So I think this is all we need inside the Firebase.js. So I'm just gonna X this out. And inside source, I'm gonna create a folder called components. And then here I'm gonna create a page called plugin.js. I'm just gonna call it homepage. Not a homepage, but welcome page. Welcome .js and welcome to CSS. We're also gonna create a homepage.js and then homepage.css. So save RFC, perfect. And inside app.js, we're gonna import the welcome page, right? So import welcome from components and then welcome, save. And then here we're gonna render welcome, save. And let's do npm start. Make sure that welcome is working. And here I'm just gonna put welcome inside welcome.js. So it should say welcome, perfect, nice. Put this to the side. And here, you see that padding, margin. So let's go to index.css and let's select every element and let's apply a margin of 0 and padding of 0, save, and it should go up. Nice. X everything out and just open welcome. Here I'm just gonna have a class name. I'm just call it welcome, save, and let's go back to our Figma. Let's see, so we have a to-do list, right? So let's go back to Welcome.js and h1 welcome. I'm gonna put to-do list. Is that how we had it? To-do list. And let's go back to our Figma, and right, so we have to-do list and we have a container here. So the container can be a div, right? So this div will be our container, and then we have two inputs, one button. So we have two inputs and we have one button. And it's going to say sign in, save, and let's go. And we will have one more link, which will say create an account. Save. Perfect. Yep. That's how we add it, right? Perfect. So for this container, I'm gonna name the class. I'm gonna call it login container. Save. And then here's going to be an email. That's how will be password. Then sign in, and href will be the register page. So that's all we need. So actually, just design this, right? So let's make sure that everything functions properly before designing the whole website. That is what I do first. It could be different from you. So instead of uh doing this right now, instead of applying the gradient and adding the images and stuff like that, I want to make sure that it functions first, right? So let's go to homepage and let's go test h1 test. Perfect. So once we sign in, I want it to go to the homepage, right? So here, what we're gonna do is we need something called React Router DOM. So npm install React Router DOM, and then let's go to React Router DOM. Let's click the first link, and here we're just gonna copy this, and let's go to our object.js in here. We're gonna import, and here because of the new update, instead of switch, it will be route and link. We don't need the link here for now. Let's save. Then let's go back to select the whole thing, copy, go back to our file, and then here I'm gonna delete the change this to app, and then welcome. Instead of welcome, it would be copy. So just paste that in. Delete this. We don't this. Perfect. Like I said, it's not going to be switch. It's going to be route and route, and then here is going to be path and element, which is in this case will be the home page will be the welcome page. So welcome, perfect, and we have more for homepage, and this is would be the import homepage components homepage, right? I'm gonna save this, and let's go to so that's all we need inside app.js. So this path, so this is the initial path, and this is the path for the homepage component, right? So if we go to uh, localhost 3000/homepage, it will render this homepage right here. So if we actually test it out, npm start, right? So this is the localhost 3000. This is the welcome page, and if we actually we put slash homepage, we'll go to the homepage component, which is it's going to say test since we say test inside the homepage. Let's go back and let's make sure that everything works first. So once they sign in, I want the user to go to the homepage page, right? So let's actually implement the signing in. So for signing in, we need a Firebase function called sign in with email and password from Firebase. Save. So here we're also going to use a hook called use state and use effect save. So here we're gonna store actually need the email, put the email, and that's set email equals use state. It'll be an empty string initially, and let's paste this password, and then that password save space there, and here for email, let's say on change handle email change, and same thing for the password on change handle password change. And then for the value, it will be email, then value will be password. So let's create the handle email chain. So let's pass in the e. So e. So for handle email change, set e dot target that value save, and for the password, we're gonna do password change e. And instead of set email, it's going to be set password, right? save, and we should be good to go. And then for the sign in, we're going to be on click handle sign in, save, and let's create this function on sign in, and then we're going to use the function from Firebase. So sign in with email and password, and then we need two things, actually three things, right? So it's going to be auth, email, and password. Here we're going to import auth from Firebase.js. This is the one that we exported inside Firebase.js, which is going to be this auth, right? So save. Okay, so it's giving an error. So it's saying that Firebase.js doesn't exist. Oh, actually, double dot save. Perfect. Here, if there's an error signing in, what we can do is error and then just console log the error, or actually we can alert the error that message. If the user gets an error, it will alert them the message. Oh, it's error. Perfect. So let's go back to our website and let's just test it out. So PHP and sign in. It should alert us. All right, perfect. So let's see. Okay, so inside the welcome page, we're gonna need something called use history, right? Use history from React order. I'm gonna save this, and then we can here const history. Let's use history, right? So actually it's not use history, it's use navigate. So here const navigate, and here use navigate. Save, perfect. And then so here sign in with email and password. If the sign in is successful, what we can do is then we can use the navigate to the path that we want. So we can do homepage. So let's go. So this homepage, it actually depends on what you put inside the app.js. So here you have homepage, right? So if we go back to Welcome.js, you have homepage here. If you have a different stuff here, so let's say you have slash profile, you should have profile here if you want it to go to the profile page, right? So here, if once the user signed in, we want to navigate to their homepage, right? Say so. Let's actually create a account here. So I'll continue to console, and let's create authentication, and let's just create a user. This is going to be just to test things out, right? So ASD at gmail.com and ASD. I'm gonna add the user, and we should be able to sign in, no problem, right? So let's see. Let's go back to our website right here. I'm gonna put ASD at gmail.com, and here we have ASD for the password, and then we sign in. So it was successful. So it navigated us to the homepage, right? So let's refresh. Perfect, right? So let's refresh. So once we refresh, we actually wanted to we don't want the user to sign in again, right? So we don't want to do that. We want it to persist. So if we refresh this, the user should be automatically signed in unless they logged out, right? We can do this by going to Welcome.js and use it here. We're gonna use something called on auth state change, and then on auth state change. Save. So if the user sign in, we want to navigate to. So let's say if user sign in, went to navigate to the homepage. Save. And let's go back to our website. Perfect. So let's delete this homepage and enter. Right. Perfect. So the user doesn't have to log in again unless they logged out. So let's implement the logout button. So let's see. So let's go to homepage. So let's create a button here called sign up, and we're gonna import sign out from Firebase. Data. And here we're gonna do on handle sign out, and let's create a function, and that's going to be sign out. Then we need the auth, and if there's an error, let's catch that error, and then just alert that. And then let's also import the auto import on from Firebase.js. Save. Let's see. Three import auth from Firebase.js. Save. Perfect. Let's go back to our website and sign out. So after we sign out, we want to navigate to the welcome page, right? So we can do this again by using the use navigate. So use navigate from React rudder down, save, and then here we're gonna use const navigate, and then we're gonna use the function use navigate from React rudder down. Save this, and then we're gonna use navigate. So once the user successfully signed out, what we can do is then we want the user to navigate to the home page, just like that. Save, and then so let's go back to our website. So let's do hd.figma.com hd. Let's sign in. Perfect. And then let's also sign out. Perfect. So let's say nice. Okay, that's all we need to do. So our sign in, sign out is working, and it also persists when you refresh the page. So let's go to okay, so let's open our website. So if we go to homepage, we can actually go to the homepage page without even logging in, right? We don't want that. So the user can go to the homepage without signing in, just not good, right? So you want them to sign in and then go to the homepage page. So let's sign out. So the way to fix that is using use effect. And then let's also use, we're also going to use on auth state change. So here we're going to do, we're going to use use effect. And then here we're going to grab the auth that we imported from Firebase.js, and then on state change user. And then if the user is not signed in, then we want the user to navigate to the home page, right? Save, and then let's go to the home page. At this point, the user is not signed in, so it should bring us to the welcome page. All right, perfect. Now let's just test the signing in. Here's the ASD sign in. Perfect. Now let's go to the home page. All right, so it persists, and let's go sign out. All right, perfect. So our signing in is working. It also persists, and let's uh do the create account, right? So if we create account, we want a different inputs. So let's go to welcome page, and here we're gonna create a user state. So const, I'm just gonna put is registering, or are you registering or not, and then set is registering, and then use state, and then it's going to be false initially, right? So here, create an account. I'm just gonna, instead of anchor, I'm just gonna, it's going to be a button, and then create an account, save, and then here on click, we're gonna set, we're gonna we're gonna set is registering to true. Let's grab is registering, and then here I'm gonna change the login to login and register container. Let's grab our welcome to CSS, put that on the side, and then here let's grab this part. So here I'm gonna do if is registering is true, we want to render this div, else then render this. So if is registering is not true, it means that we're signing in. Save it. So it's not double in, it's just question mark. So and then if is registering it is true, then we are registering. So here we're gonna have 4 inputs, and then let's see, let's open our Figma. So we have register and go back. So here we have go back, here register, and then here is going to be handle register, right? And here, like I said, we're gonna have 4 inputs. Just get rid of this. So we're gonna have a placeholder, and it's going to say email, another placeholder which will say confirm email, password, and confirm password. Save. Now if we go back, we want the register to go to false. So we actually need to create the function handle register. We're gonna do that later, and we're getting a equal sign here, and then save. Let's go back to our website, and so if we create an account, it should show us the 4 inputs and register and go back. All right, so email, confirm password, and confirm password, and confirm password. Perfect. So, and if we go back, it should take us to the signing in page. Nice. All right. So let's implement the register function. To implement the register function we need to use the create user with email and password. Save inside the handle register function. We're gonna use create user with email and password. We're gonna need our auth and our email and our password, right? And then if successful, we want the user to sign in. We want to navigate the user to the home page. If so, then if successful, navigate. So basically, same thing as this. Make sure that you are not getting any errors. Let's see, double dots. Save. All right, perfect. So let's actually test it out, right? So let's go to our website and I don't know, let's put something like test. Oops. So we actually want to check if this email is the same thing as this email and this password is the same thing as this password. So we want to confirm that they are the same. So how do we do that? So here we're gonna have register information and then set register information. And then here we're gonna have an empty object, right? So let's see, we're gonna have an use state empty object. So we're gonna have email, which is going to be blank, and then confirm email will be blank, and password is going to be blank as well, and a confirm password. This is going to be blank. Save. So here it looks like we're gonna have. So let's go to our email register part, right? So value is going to be register information email, and for confirm password it will be confirm email. It would be confirm email. This is going to be password here. Confirm password. And for on change, for every change, we're gonna set the email. So it's going to be like this. So take the whole old values. We're gonna take the old values and the new value, which is the email. Change the email to e dot target that value. And here we're gonna pass in our e. So save that. Let's go to our create an account and just test it out. All right. So we're gonna do the same thing with the confirm email, password, and confirm password. So let's just grab our on change and paste that here. For confirm email, set register. Take the old values and then just change the confirm email with the e targeted value. Same thing here for the password. Just change the password and then also here confirm password. Save that. And then here, handle register, we're gonna check if email is the same thing as the second email and password is the same thing as the second password. So let's go to this. If email is not equal to the confirm email or password is not equal confirm password, then I want it to alert the user email or password is not the same. And I will alert, please confirm that email are actually we have are the same. And then if the passwords are not the same, we're gonna alert the user saying, please confirm that password are the same. Save. And then I'm just gonna return the user. I'm just gonna return here. We don't actually want this to run because email and password are not the same. So here, create user with email and password. This is going to be the register information email and register information password. And actually, I think we're done here. Let's go to our website and test it out. Oh, we're getting an error. Same page, line 51. Else if good. Back to our page and let's do HD. Let's go test at gmail.com. Test gmail.com. And then for password HD. And I'm just gonna go register. Please confirm that email are the same. Oops. Okay. And then register. So after registering, we are signed in, right? So sign up, perfect. And then let's actually go to Google Firebase and check that we have the account there. So this is the to-do list. Let's go to our authentication and let's say that, okay, so our test at gmail.com is there, right? So that's all we need. That's all we need. So our sign in is working. Our create an account is working. What we need to do is once we sign in, is we actually want to implement the to-do list, adding that to-do list, right? So we want to add, we want to delete, and we want to update. And after that, we're going to do the design that we've created here. All right, so let's go to our homepage, the JS. We have everything that we need inside Welcome.js, so we can just X this out. So inside homepage.js, we're gonna need to read, add, update, and delete, right? So we need an input. It will be a text, and it will be a button to for adding. So let's see. So let's do the add first, right? Actually, for our text, we're gonna need to do use state is going to be an empty string. Our value is going to be to do, and here for on change, we're gonna set oh, that to do that e that target that value, and then here we're gonna pass in our e save. All right, perfect. And then here we're just gonna put a placeholder, and we're gonna say add to do. Perfect. Let's go back to our website. Oh, user state is not defined, so let's go and import that right quick. Save. Let's go back to our website. All right. So we have our add and wireframe input, right? And we're gonna need the UID, so we're gonna do npm install UID to create an ID for us. And also for adding, we're gonna do for add, we're gonna create a function called write to database. Save that. So npm start and then here we're gonna say import UID from UID. So for writing to the database, we need the set and we'll also need the ref from Firebase database. And let's see, for adding, we're gonna create a const UID. So this is going to create an ID, something like this. And then we're going to set, and then reference our database, and then the directory, right? So our directory will be, the user's ID, which is auth the current user UID. So this is the user's UID. So if we go to the authentication page, each user will have a user UID, right? So and then in the real-time database, each user is going to have a different a folder, right? So each user is going to have a folder, and inside that folder will be the to-dos item. So let's go and implement our add function. The current user UID. Let's see. Let's go back to our code. Here current auth the current user UID, and then the UID that we created, and then here the ID that we want, the to-do list that we want to add, right? So create to do, and then the UID of the to do, not the user. Save. And let's actually so after we write to a database, we actually want to clear the to do input. So we're gonna do set to do, and that's going to be an empty it'll be an empty input since we want it to clear out. So let's go to website and let's do something like test, and then add. Oh, we need to add this to right to the database, and for add, we're gonna be on click, and let's pass in our function. So right to the database, right to the database. So here we're gonna do test and then add. So we're getting error. Or so small mistake. Make sure that it's not UID, and make sure that it's UIDD. And so if you save that, and let's do an add. So let's do ASD and then add. So we can see that this is the user's ID, and then this the to do ID, right? So if we add another to do, it should add here to the users folder, right? So let's go and sign out, and let's do the test at gmail.com and then ASD sign in. If I add a to do here, it should create a different user folder with their user ID and then the to do item. So let's do test123 to add. As you can see, this is UID with the item here, and this the other user with the items, right? And then we're gonna use this later to display their to do list. Perfect. And now let's do our read, right? So let's go to our read, and then here, so here we need to create a user state variable called to-dos, and then this is going to be the variable where we store all the to-dos that the user has, right? So set to-dos, then here use equals use state, And then this is going to be an array where we will map through later once we get all the to-dos. So here, set to-dos. If user is not signed in, navigate to the home page. And here, let's add another thing. If user is signed in, then here, let's just do an else. And then here, if user is signed in, on value, reference the database and grab the auth database and the user ID. Auth.current user UID. Here, snapshot, set to-dos to an empty array, so that every time it tries to read the database, the array resets. So that way it doesn't re-add the old value. So here comes data snapshot var. So now that we have the data, what we have to do is do a if data is not null, then let's grab object. We just want the values of the data, and then we're gonna map, and then we're just gonna do set to-dos. We're gonna take the old array and then add the new to-do, right? So save, and after that we should have all the to-dos that the user has. So let's grab the to-do and let's go here, and we're actually gonna map through our to-do, and then map for each to-do. We're gonna display the to-do for h1 to-do, save, and let's go back to our website. Let's see, should be an implicit return, save, and there we go. We got test 1 to 3, and let's do add one more. Let's say g add ASD add. Now we don't want it to do. We also want an update, and we also want to add delete button. So we're just gonna do div to do, and then two buttons. Then we're gonna do update, and for this one we're gonna do delete. And for the delete button, we're gonna do an on-click and handle delete. Actually, for this one, we need to pass in our to do object. So here for handle delete, we're gonna pass in our to do UID. We just need a UID for handle delete. So for the delete, we're just going to create a function called handle delete, and we have our to do. Oops. We have our UID of the to do, and here to move, and then ref to our database. So we need our DB, and then our auth current user, and then the ID, which is the UID. Save, and make sure you import remove function from database. That's all you need to do. Let's go back to our website, and let's try deleting test 1 to 3. Okay, so we're getting an error. Oh, okay, so we're missing a auth current user and then UID here. Save, and then let's start deleting ASD. Oh, refresh. It's actually to do UIDD. We have UIDD right here. So make sure that you have UIDD or whatever you name this. So UIDD and then UID. We're just gonna name it UID here and UID. Deleting test 1 to 3. So everything is working. What we need to do is the update one, right? When we click update, I want this ACD to show up here, and then a confirm button right here, right? So update, I want this ACD to go up here. So here for update, on click, and then handle update. And actually, I think we need our here we need to pass in our to do UID to edit it, and then for update, we're just gonna do const handle update. And for update, we're going to use the update function from Firebase database. Save this. So inside handle update, we're going to use update ref to our database, and then auth that current user the UID, and then the UID that we've had, and then the UID, and then the new object, right? Let's see right here. So we need to actually before this, we need the whole to do object, right? Until here we have to do. Here we're gonna do. We have to check if is added is true. Set is added. Then use state. Initially it's going to be false. And then this will only turn true if we click the update button, right? So right here. So if we click the update button, so inside handled update, we want to set it to true, and then need to set it to true, and then just set to do to to do to do. Save that, and then edit, and then for the add button, we're gonna take this out, and then if edit is true, then we will render this. We will render this div. If it's false, then we will render this div here, and then always just say confirm, save, and then here handle edit confirm, and then const handle edit confirm, and then this is where we actually do the update one. So update. So here we have to reference our database, and then here auth current user UID, and then we need to save our temp UID. Let's go const temp UID set temp UID, and it's going to be a empty string. And then once we click the handle update, so once we click update, we want to save the ID. So we're gonna do temp UID and then send temp UID and then to do UID, right? So we have these temporary UID. What we're gonna have to do then is use temp UID. Perfect. And then the new update, so it will be to do, and then the UID. Perfect. All right. So this, and it should be a copy here. Save. All right, there you go. Now let's try updating. So update, and we want ASDD and confirm. Perfect. And after we click confirm, we actually want to clear this out. So handle edit confirm, then here set to do, and then we're just gonna leave it blank. So let's edit it. Let's edit and let's add another D. Confirm. Perfect. And let's try deleting this. Perfect. Now everything is working. So we can read, we can add, we can update, and we can also delete, right? What we need to do now is the design. So let's open our Figma, and all we have to do is just do the design, right? And then we need to install material UI icon. So npm install MUI icons material. All right, so let's do our design. Let's do the login and register page first. So let's go to our website and then sign out. So here's our website. Let's make sure that it's 100%. Let's go to our welcome page, and let's also grab our CSS. For our welcome, I'm gonna assign a height of 100 view height, a width of 100 view width. Perfect. And what else? Here, let's apply our gradient, right? Save. And then let's go back to our website, refresh. Oh, we actually need to npm start. Oh, and we need to make sure that you import your CSS. Import welcome.css. Save. All right. Okay, so we have this to-do list, right? So what we're gonna have to do is position relative, and then let's go back to our code and let's there's div right here. This is the container. This container, this container, right? So we need to grab that container and then select this container and go to inspect, and you see this height. Copy all of this and paste that here. Save. And let's go back to our website, and there you go. Perfect. I'm just gonna remove the width and the height, and I'm gonna apply slave flex, align item center, justify content center, and flex direction column. Save. Perfect. And let's also apply a padding. Let's apply a padding of 20. Perfect. And then let's grab the input and let's apply a height of 100 pixel. Oops. input, save. Oh, that's too big. 50 or 30 or 40. 30. 30 is good. Then I'm gonna remove the border. None. Outline none. Actually border. 1 pixel solid gray. And then margin bottom of 5 pixel. Perfect. And then a font size of 20 pixel. Now let's grab our buttons and let's apply it with 100%. A height of 30 pixel and a margin bottom of 5 pixel. And then actually for this create account button, I'm just gonna pass name. I'm gonna call it create account button. Save. Take this class name, and then I'm just gonna remove border none, and then background color none, and then I want a cursor pointer. Perfect. This sign. Actually, I'm not gonna make. So for the button, it's not going to be 100%. Let's just remove the width and just give a padding of 5 pixel top and bottom, and then 20 pixel left and right. All right, and then I'm gonna remove the border, but apply a background color just like that. Actually, I'm just gonna class name sign in button save, and then this input I'm just gonna do place folder password here, place folder. Let's say email save. All right, perfect. And let's put a padding on that here. Padding 5 pixel. All right, perfect. All right, perfect. All right, so cursor pointer background. We're assigning a background to the sign in button, and then let's actually make the text bigger. And let's go to our, let's see, sign in button, and then just do a font size of 20 pixel. I think that's good. And then let's do a margin top of 20 pixel. Perfect. And then let's actually do the font family, right? So let's go to Google font, and let's the name I think it's Django one. This one. Let's select the style, and then let's go to import, and then just copy the import and then paste it here. Save, and then copy this, and then just let's apply it to, let's see, where was the H1? So welcome that H1 here, welcome, and then let's target the H1, and then apply a font family of Django one. Save, perfect, and then um the font weight, I'm just gonna say normal, nice, and then font size, let's make it what was it in our Figma? The font size is 144 pixel. So let's go back to our code and 144 pixel for our font size. Let's go back to our website. Perfect. And then let's click our to-do list and let's go to the inspect and the positioning, right? So top, left top, like that, left top. And if we go back to our website, we shouldn't see anything change because we haven't positioned absolutely yet. Save. And then let's go back to our website. Perfect. And let's just change the color to white. Perfect. Now we have to move this a little bit to the right. So let's see, let's go back to our container, login register container, this one, and let's go back. Let's left, let's say 150. That's perfect, right? And we also need to assign the font family to the assign in text, assign in font. So let's go to the sign button, and then here we're gonna do font family Django one and font weight normal. Save, and there you go. And let's also apply the same color. Perfect. And let's apply a bit of margin here. So margin top, and let's just do 10 pixel. All right, that's perfect. All right, perfect. So create an account, and this register we should also have the same thing as the sign in. CSS style. So let's go to grab our register, and then let's just apply the same class name here, and sign. I'm choosing for sign and then sign in and register. And then here, sign in button right here. Oops. Save, sign in, and then create an account. All right, perfect. Now this go back. We have to style it, and it should be the same thing as the create an account. You can use this CSS style. There you go. Create an account. Go back. Perfect. So you see we have padding here. So we can apply padding by going to our container, just the login register container. Search for the login container, and then let's just apply a padding of 20 pixel tapping bottom, and then probably a 50 pixel left and right. Let's go back to our website. All right, and this width, we can actually edit that. Let's see. Let's go to our input, and then our login register input, and then for width, let's apply a 60% width, or probably a 80% width, and then let's a margin button of 10, maybe 20, 15. All right, it's perfect. Then let's go back. There's too much margin here. Let's go to our sign in, and then margin top. Let's just do 10. Nice. Okay, yeah, you can play with this if you want. Let's add in our SVG here, right? So here we're gonna create a folder called assets, and then let's go and add our SVG. So let's go to download. Let's go back to our assets, and then paste that here. And I'm just gonna call it to do SVG. Save. X this out, and then here we're gonna add our image all the way at the top. So I'm just gonna call it to do SVG, and then let's actually import that one. So import SVG from. I actually need to do we need to import our assets. So assets, and then to do SVG that SVG save. Let's go back to our website. All right, we see it. Now what we need to do is for SVG, we're gonna put a class name here, and we're just gonna name it to do SVG, right? So to do SVG, let's go all the way at the bottom, and then SVG, and then a position absolute. Let's do a button 0, and then a right 0, and then scale it to 1.2 maybe. Let's go back to our website. Let's actually make it more bigger. 1.5. Perfect. And then bottom. What about 50 pixel? And then the scale will be 25, 1.25 save, and then probably 100. All right, that's good. And then to the right, let's say 100 pixel. All right, perfect. Now you see this padding here? You can actually go all the way at the top for welcome, and then just overflow hidden. All right, there you go. Now let's sign in. Hasty@gmail.com. Hasty, sign in. Perfect. Now we have to do this design right here. Okay, so let's also apply the same uh background color. So let's X the welcome page, and then let's go to homepage. Let's also grab our homepage.css. Okay, so this gradient, let's click our to-do list page, right? And then let's go to our inspect, and then just copy our background linear gradient. Let's go back to our code, and don't forget to import your CSS. So it's going to be homepage.css, save, and then here we only have this, right? So let's see. We need to apply a class name, and I'm gonna call it homepage. Save here dot homepage, and then let's apply a height of 100 view height, a width of 100 view width, and then let's apply the color. Save. and then let's go back to our website. Perfect, right? Okay, so let's center everything. How do we do that? So display, flex, align item center, and then justify item center. Perfect, and then just do a flex direction column. Nice. Now we actually want this input, although right here at the top. So let's select our input, which is this one, and then let's apply a class name. I'm just gonna call it add edit input, and then here I'm gonna select it. Here I'm gonna apply a position, uh, absolute, and then here I'm just gonna position this as a relative. Perfect. Now we can move this input right here. What we can do is move it all the way to the top, so 0 pixel. Apply none, border none. Save that, and also save this, and position relative, save. There you go. So we see it right there at the top. So instead of 0 pixel, let's do a 20 pixel. Right, perfect. And let's just assign a height of 30 pixel. Perfect. And then font size of 25 pixel. That's good. And then a padding of 5 pixel from top to bottom, and 20 pixel from left to right. Perfect. And then we will need a plus sign here, and then for that we're gonna use the material UR icon. So let's search for the plus sign, add this one. Let's go back to our home page, and then all we have to do is import that like that. And then let's select add icon, and let's go to our input. Our add icon is going to be this, right? So one click. Let's just delete our button, so save. And we need to install material UI. So let's go back to getting started installation, and then npm install this one, and then it's npm install material UI. So npm start. So we need our button to, we need this icon to be right here on the side of this input, right? So we have an attribute, a class name called add icon. Select that icon, and then what we're going to do is position absolute. We need to transform scale to 1.5, probably 1.75 to. All right, that's perfect. And we actually just need to put this uh, plus sign right here to the right of the input. So here, uh, let's see, let's put it top 20 pixel, and then right 100 pixel, actually 25 pixel, and then right 500 pixel, 750 pixel, perfect. And then for the top 30 pixel, oh 30 pixel, 27, perfect. And then cursor pointer, so we can actually click it, right? Perfect. Now that's what we have here. So we will have an update, and we will also have a delete, right? So let's actually do that. Let's see. For our div right here, I'm just gonna assign a class name attribute called, and the value will be to do. Then here, to do display flex line item center, and then justify content center, and then a flex direction overall this time, right? But this h1, save. All right. Now this h1, let's apply a width of 500 pixel, and then a background color of white smoke. Maybe a bit more gray. Save. Perfect. And then let's apply padding. 5 pixel top bottom, and then 10 pixel from left to right. All right, and then let's change the update and delete card button to an icon, right? So let's go to material icon, and then let's search for edit, and let's see, this one is good. Paste that, copy it, edit icon, and then let's go back to our update, and instead of a button, it would be something like this. And then I'll click class name, edit button, and then also for the delete. This one is good. Make sure you import it. Then for our delete, for unclick, for class name, I'm just call it delete button. Save. Oops. Save. And there we go. Now we actually just need to make them bigger. Here we're just gonna do a font size. What about large? And also for the update. Save. Perfect. And then for edit button, and the delete button, I'm just gonna apply a cursor, pointer, and a margin to the left of 10 pixel. Perfect. And then this sign out, I want it to be right here, right? Actually, this to do, I want it to be right here, sign out. And then so let's look for an icon called sign out. So just flag out right here. Then we can just let's say sign out. It's going to be like this. Sign out, and then for unclip, cut that, and then paste that here. So when you hover it, it shows a hand. For this one, it doesn't show it because we need to apply a cursor pointer style, right? So I'm just gonna call it just logout button or icon. Save that here, logout icon, and then cursor pointer. Or we can just actually, yeah, cursor pointer, and then absolute position, absolute, and then top 5 10 pixel, and then right 10 pixel. So it's right there. Let's do a padding of 20 pixel, and then a background color of red. Perfect. And then let's change the color to white. Yep, that's good. Yep, so let's add a to-do. Let's call it play games all day. Plus, okay, so we need a margin here. So let's go apply a margin. So let's click our to-do. Then here we're gonna do a margin bottom of 10 pixel. Perfect. Alright, so let's try update. So if we update, we want actually to be this to be a check mark. Check mark. This one is good. Here, check icon, and then let's go to the confirm button. Want this to be a for on click. Remove the button, and then let's just apply the same class name. Add confirm button. All right, and just make sure that you change this to add confirm icon. Save. Perfect. Now let's go play games all day. Play games all night. Check. Actually, after we click check, I want it to return to the plus icon. So we can do that by handle edit confirm, and then set this edit to false, right? So I'll just edit ASD to clean house tomorrow. Check. Perfect. Right? So let's try deleting one. Perfect. Alright, so that's basically it. Let's actually make this live using Netlify. So go to Netlify and then log in. I'm just gonna use my email. I'm just gonna sign up. So let's go back to our code, and then here we can do, once we finish with everything, npm run build. Once it's built, you should have a build folder here. So right click on that and then reveal in file folder. What you're gonna have to do now is drag this build folder right here. You should drop it right here. So let's go drop uploading, and now it's live. Perfect. That's all you need. Now it's live. So you can share this to your friend if you want them to show your website. If you like the video, please leave a like.